Jay's uncle wanted to know exactly what happened, man. He was in the other room, so he couldn't know. All he heard was the pop pop. He ran around the wall and heard the screen door shut. And it's like, who shut the screen door? Because when he looked down, he seen Jay sticking head first out the doorway. And he looked at his dad and said, what happened? He said, they ran off that way. And he pointed one way, and you hear some people going from the other way. He changed it up. That's the first mistake. But you got to understand the fact that his uncle wasn't there to see exactly what happened. All he knows is that he heard the pops, then the door opened. So how could, if JayDaYoungan was outside, how could they open the door to get in? If he was running inside, he would have fell head first into the house, not head out to the porch. That means that he must have been either walking out towards the door when this whole thing happened, or somebody pushed him. But what you got to understand is that there's no holes in the door at all. So if somebody was shooting on the porch, why isn't there no holes in the door or the windows? You see the window didn't break. So that means when the ballistics come out, you got to see if it came from inside the house or outside the house. Because when the way Jay ended up, it looked like somebody carried him out the front. Was it inside the house or did it happen outside the house? That's something that a lot of people wonder right now. I want to let y'all know my subscriber wanted me to really answer this question, man. Yes, it happened inside the house. Everything with JayDaYoungan, it started from inside the house. Then when he got outside the house, they sent him up. Y'all got to understand the facts that this is something that we really need to pay attention to, because a lot of people hurt from this. And from the details that's coming out from the ballistics, we really need to pay attention, because there's a lot of people's fingerprints on this whole chessboard. Y'all really got to pay attention to this, man. I don't want to see nobody in the whole BBG. I don't want to see nobody in the whole 23. You feel me? Nobody in the 23. There's nothing to happen to them, man, because the evidence that's came out, you guys, and the landscapers said that there was mud on the porch stairs, so there were no footprints on the mud, so nobody could have ran into the front yard, because the tracks in footprint would show the Nike Adidas sign, because the shoes that they were wearing would have been into that mud. But when they came back and they did the job the second day, the landscaper saw no footprints but the caution tape. So they knew, they made a tip to say there was nobody in the front, and that they said that across the street they saw the dad running outside, but they'd never seen JayDaYoungan until 30 seconds before everything. And he came out, and they said they knew somebody was calling for him because he heard his song before. But he was busy working, and so he turned his head before the pops went off. And he seen the uncle come outside shaking his head. And the landscapers had to leave after that because they cannot have the on-the-clock emergency. So they called the first responder. That's who called the feds to show up, is the landscapers. And they verified to New Orleans 9 News that the intruders were not in the front, but it was somebody that came from inside. So this goes to show one thing. I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to really look at the fact that this is something that we all need to really open our eyes to, really pay attention to, because a lot of people that was involved in this situation, they have motives of basically taking everything that JayDaYoungan had. Like, you guys have to understand how the streets work. And if you really look at the fact that the streets don't love anyone, so you have to really open your eyes and look at JayDaYoungan was in the house before anything happened. When everything went down, they had to walk in the house in order to take the body out of the house. There was no puddles on the front porch. From the surveillance, ballistics from the body cam, you have to really pay attention to it. And why would they have any of the tape? They had yellow tape inside of the house, right by the screen door. I want to let you guys know one thing. First of all, why does the back door at the bottom by the bottom lock, why does it have bullet holes in the bottom lock? Like as if they tried to come in the house. Was this basically like a breaking and entering? Was this a home invasion gone wrong? Or was this something that happened on the front porch? Because I see no tape on the front porch at all. I see tape around the side by the car as if, just like the eyewitness said that his cousin saw out the top window. You have to really pay attention to this. His cousin said that he raised up the window. He yelled out, "Jay!" Jay looked up. As soon as he looked up, they walked up. You guys got to really pay attention to it. The tape was by his car. People don't know that. People said that they came from off the side of the house while they were right there at the porch, sitting on the porch when the car rolled past the first time. This is something that they're saying. This is something that they're saying from the beginning in TMZ. They said that the father's statement, they said he rekindled his statement after the guys ended up being someone from the neighborhood. Was it inside the house or did it happen outside the house? That's something that a lot of people wondering right now. I want to let y'all know, my subscriber wanted me to really answer this question, man. Yes, it happened inside the house. Everything with JayDaYoungan, it started from inside the house. Then when he got outside the house, they sent him up. Y'all got to understand the facts that this is something that we really need to pay attention to, because a lot of people hurt from this. And from the details that's coming out from the ballistics, we really need to pay attention, because there's a lot of people's fingerprints on this whole chessboard. Y'all really got to pay attention to this, man. I don't want to see nobody in the whole BBG. I don't want to see nobody in the whole 2 and 3. You feel me? Nobody in the 23 that nothing to happen to them, man, because the evidence has came out, you guys.